what an incredible place we're from in terms of America, and then what incredible people are on this trip that we can all glean and learn from each other, but also learn from the past in an attempt not to make some of the same mistakes moving forward.
What was great about this experience is I think that it's given me some things to ponder on, and it gave me greater knowledge. In my job as a police officer, often I will end up in situations where conversations will be had, and one thing that I've learned from this trip is it's one thing to hear about a situation, and it's a whole nother to see a situation.
The open conversations and the hard conversations were great. I think that would be the start of making progress between law enforcement and the community.
I've never been to the African American History Museum. It's very well done, learned a whole lot. Not everything, of course, because there's too much to see, but those experiences at those places, Arlington National Cemetery, led to some very good discussions, and it was very enlightening.
The takeaway that I would have for this week is one that literally reshapes everything that I do in my daily work with community engagement, working with interfaith, working with youth. This trip kind of affirmed that. I was already doing that work, but being able to do this with people from different walks of life, law enforcement, some religious aspect, but to be able to say, this set my heart and my mind even more down a path of what happens when you just start with a conversation.
Biggest thing that I gained out of the experience is learning perspective, opening my eyes to a different lens. It helps me learn how to connect with someone's culture.
Excited to really reinforce some of the knowledge I already knew about the history of this country. It was very therapeutic for me to be able to learn the perspective from a police officer and the system of policing and community and how we can bridge that gap. I really will take away that and some of the information I learned by going to all the museums and having some of those conversations and fostering those relationships was extremely fulfilling for me for this trip.
This trip was so intentional in regards to the planning that I walked away with a really expanded view of how to move forward in discord or disagreement. There are people now that don't look like us, they're not from where we're from, but they are morally and ethically opposed to some of the wrongs that are going on because they have values. So that was my biggest takeaway.
As members of a community, we have to be willing to come to the table and have a conversation. But I think when we pause and really think about things and listen to others and are open to new experiences, we can get to places slowly. It's not quick work at all, but we can get there.
I think we accomplished what our destination was, of having the conversations that were needed, and then gaining insight from the conversations throughout the whole experience and everything we've done. The message I would give to the next person.
Next person.
So the next person.
Next person.
Be empathetic from other people's perspective.
Enter into this trip with an open heart.
Everyone is unique, has a unique perspective, and just be open to that and trust the process.
Lean completely in. Be able to say, I'm going to have this conversation and I'm going to say this, even if it comes out maybe in a very harsh way. We can't deal with how to have mutual respect and understanding unless you bring yourself out.
You should be open to learning what you can, bringing your experiences, sharing your experiences.
Come with an open mind. Be willing to have the hard conversations to make progress whenever you return back to your city.
Leave your prejudices, biases, and everything else in Oklahoma.
Ask the difficult questions, have the difficult conversations, and understand that this is laying the foundation for the future if you apply it right.
Be willing to listen and be okay with sometimes people will still have different views after discussions than you have, and that's okay.
Come with your spiritual lens to see what I call a beautiful, ugly place, but a place that's also full of hope and resiliency. And I believe that you will be blessed to participate in this experience.